if Cejudo wins, they're talking about him fighting Bulk, right?
Dude.
Yeah, I think that was a part of his contract.
Oh my god!
I don't know why that was part of it.
Cejudo fights Volk. Oh
would
my
destroy him.
god!
But he has to get past Sterling, and like I said,
You
dude,
think Volk will destroy him?
Yes, I think Volk destroys Cejudo.
Oh my god, that got me hyped. I want to see that. What is up, YouTube? Welcome back to the channel. We're gonna be breaking down the main event card for UFC 288, which is on May 6th, I believe.
Yep.
We're gonna start from the first main card fight all the way to the main event. We have Kron Gracie and Charles Jourdain opening up the main event card.
yeah, take it away, Mark.
Alrighty. I'm gonna go with Jourdain on that one. Gracie, I mean, he could take down Jourdain because Jourdain's grappling, his wrestling, his ground game in general, which is his past few fights. You can see that it's not good. So if Gracie were to get him on the ground, he could possibly lose. But Gracie's been gone for a while.
Yeah,
and he only has what,
6
two
fights.
fights? He has 2 fights in UFC.
You're going with Jourdain just because of like the layoff, maybe?
The layout, I think Jourdain's he's hungry. He wants to come back. He wants to get back in that win column.
Oh yes, sir. And I'm kind of in the same page as Mark. Like you said, he's been gone for a minute. And Charles Jourdain, he's a dog, man. He's a dog. I'm gonna go with Charles Jourdain.
Yeah, well, as always, the Lone Ranger in this group. Honestly, I'm going to keep it real. I do think Jourdain is going to win, but for one, I like to go for the underdog. And two, I like Kron Gracie. I think he's a good fighter. He's just, his inexperience. I see him losing, but I'm going to go for him anyways. By submission, because he has no hands.
So we got 2 Charles Jourdains and 1 Kron Gracie. Movzar versus Bryce Mitchell. What do you think about that one?
Oh, dude, look at that dude's name. He's not beating that foreign name. That's another Dagestani guy. Yeah, I believe he's going to finish Bryce Mitchell. Like, all jokes aside, 16-0.
16-0.
16-0.
That's wild.
He's a really, really good up-and-coming fighter. I know he's been around, but I just think this is a terrible, terrible matchup for Bryce Mitchell, especially considering his brutal last loss to Topuria. I think throwing him back in the fire like this is a bad idea.
It's dirty.
I see it going kind of like how Tuivasa just came back from that beating from Gon and then got dismantled by Pavlovich. I think it's going to be brutal, and I got him over Mitchell.
What do you got him, like a knockout or submission?
I think if it's a knockout, it'll be like ground and pound TKO or submission. But I think it does end in a finish.
Yeah, this one's a hard one for me because I like Bryce Mitchell a lot. So it hurts me to say, but I'm also going to go with Movzar as well.
Same
Undefeated
here.
Bryce Mitchell coming off a brutal loss, like you said.
And he's a grappler, right? That
yeah,
guy?
he's a wrestler, the Russian guy,
It's it's very, very hard to bet against those type of fighters.
Grappler.
Like them or not, they have a dominant style.
Yeah.
Dude, even if you can match it, their cardio's through the roof. Like, for example, when Makhachev fought Arman, he did match it, but the cardio was so good it didn't matter. He just overpowered him at the end.
Yeah.
I see that happening here.
Andrade and Jan.
Ooh. I'm going with Jan on this
one. That's a hard one, dude.
I got Jan. I think Jan's going to piece up Andrade.
Jan is better on the ground, no?
On the ground? No, Andrade will be better. Andrade will be better on the ground against Jan.
Who was Jan's last fight? Honestly, I don't even remember her last fight. Jessica Andrade, I know she's fresh off of that L from Erin Blanchfield. It's been a while, but...
Was it Mackenzie Dern?
Mackenzie Dern, yeah.
Yep. She beat Dern too.
Oh, okay. Never mind. Yeah, never mind. Forget I said that. Her ground game's not all that. I do remember that fight. Dern was only having success on the ground. On the hand, she was getting pieced up. All right, I take it back. My bad. I'm a casual, guys.
Andrade's last fight was Blanchfield.
Yeah.
Round 2 submission.
I'm going to go with Jan. Unanimous decision.
I'm going to go with Andrade. I'll go with Andrade because she's more experienced on the feet. I don't think it's going to go to the ground, actually. And even at that, Andrade doesn't have the worst defense. She has more power in her hands. I do think that Jan is probably like a technical better striker, but the power difference is pretty big. So I'm gonna go Andrade. Split decision or unanimous decision.
Dang, I don't know. I'm gonna go Andrade.
Okay.
I'm gonna go Andrade.
It's tough, dude. Like most of this card, there's no clear winner.
No,
like they're all really close.
These are all close matchups. Co-main event, arguably the savior of this card.
Oh, for sure.
The savior of this card. What is it? 2 weeks before fight, you had Burns and Bilal come through We have to give them both respect.
We do, honestly.
Both respect.
I'm a big Bilal
Yeah,
hater.
I'll give Burns respect. I'll give Burns respect.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
mean, I'm not a Bilal fan, but honestly, like,
Yeah.
props to
No, yeah,
Bilal
Bilal
because
too.
he really came through for that. Like, he stepped up, and what was he, like 45 pounds overweight right now?
I
Dude
don't
was like
know,
200
That's
pounds.
crazy, man.
And
Yeah.
he's gonna cut something close to 45 or 50 pounds just to make weight. Like, just for this, I think that it's gonna be a close fight. But like I said before, momentum plays a big factor. Burns is hot right now.
Oh yeah.
He's hungry. He's determined. He's not gonna have to cut too much weight because he just fought. How many weeks ago?
Yeah.
Like 3.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it's really hasn't been that long. And even at that, since this fight was just so sudden, it's not like Bilal has a whole camp to study and prepare for Burns.
Yep.
They're both just
Yeah, they're both
kind of just
going at
doing
it.
it.
Yeah.
So for that reason, I favor Burns a little more. Although I do think it is going to be close. I think people are expecting Burns to run through Bilal. That's not going to happen.
Oh,
it's
yeah.
going to be close, but I
Yeah.
think Burns is going to win.
But on the same token, Burns just came off of, a fight. He didn't take too much damage, but still,
Destroyed.
you have to, all that weight cut that he did, it takes a toll on your body.
Mm-hmm.
And then to do another weight cut, I don't know how much he's gonna have to cut again, but I don't think it's gonna be too big of an issue for Burns, the fact that he's fighting back to back like this. But for Bilal, a huge weight cut in 2 weeks, I think that's gonna do a strain on his body. I think it's gonna affect him a little bit. Burns is on fire, bro. He was calling for this fight. He was calling everyone out. Bilal Muhammad said, "I can't make weight." Dustin Poirier, hey, what's good? Like, let's do it. He was calling everyone
You
out.
can say a lot about Burns, but you can't say he ducks a fight. He never ducks a fight.
This guy really does mean it when he says anytime, any place, bro.
For
This
sure,
guy
for
really does
sure.
mean it.
What is it, like 3 or 4 fights in 6 months?
3.
3 fights in 6 months.
wild.
It is
That's crazy.
insane. People, you talk about champions fighting 1 time a year. This dude's a contender. He's hungrier than
hungry.
I've seen a contender in a while.
He
Yeah.
wants another title shot, and he'll become champion.
Oh, for
Yeah.
sure. Oh, yeah. He
So-
beats Leon Scott.
But I got Burns in this one.
You already know
You
I
got Burns?
too.
Yeah, dude. I think we
Burns.
also got to talk about stylistically as well. So if you look at Bilal, and I'm not discrediting him. You know, he's doing his thing. What is he, like on a 9-fight win streak, something like that?
Yeah, something
So
like that.
he's clearly one of the best, but the way he's beating people is because not that they're favorable matchups, but his style is very grappling heavy, and he has a lot of success with taking people down and holding them down. And when he gets in trouble, like for example when he fought Wonder Boy on the feet, or I'm tripping. Burns fought Wonder Boy. My bad. What I was gonna say is, like, with Bilal, whenever he gets in trouble a little bit on the feet, he can shoot and he has confidence in his takedowns. But with Burns, it's a little different. You look at that fight
Yeah.
with Hamza. You know, he's not afraid to go on his back. So
Dude,
yeah.
so it's not like it's gonna be easy to take down Burns. And even if he gets there, he has to deal with the jiu-jitsu.
Yeah, it's for sure gonna be Bilal's hardest fight since Leon Edwards.
I think it's important to note, like, the competition. Like, has Bilal faced the amount of competition that Burns has?
No, but in his defense, and again, I'm not a big Bilal fan, but they do keep ducking him.
Yeah.
So it's not his
A
fault.
lot of people they do duck him.
Because, I mean, this dude wanted to fight everyone. He was open to fighting Shavkat. This dude is another dude that doesn't take any easy fights. But I think just because Burns has been thrown into the fire, he can take a shot. He can give a shot.
Oh, yeah.
I think it's 60-40 Burns, right?
Yeah, I think so,
Yeah.
too. 60-40.
Yeah, 60-40 Burns.
But all right, that's our co-main. We got all Burns. And I think
Burns.
it's safe to say Danny would say
Danny
Burns.
is known
Oh,
for
Danny
Burns.
G,
Yeah.
he has it 100% Burns.
Up next, the main event of this card, Aljamain, the Funk Sterling, and Henry Triple C Cejudo.
He got
My
Funk
cousin.
Master versus Triple Cringe. Let's see.
Damn.
Triple cringe. This one was a tough one for me, honestly, guys.
I don't know who to choose.
I think. Well, I'll let you guys go.
I can't go. I gotta wait.
Well,
So-
Cejudo.
I've seen a lot of people sleeping on Cejudo. I've seen a lot of
Oh,
people
wow.
sleeping on Cejudo. A lot of people think that Sterling's gonna easily win this fight, and
money.
my response to that is people quickly forget how great Cejudo was, man. Arguably, top 5 of all time?
Top 10. Top 15, top 10. Not
Top 5. I mean, double champ.
I mean, if he comes back and he fights 2 more times, I could see him top 10, top 5.
Top 10. I think he's top 10 for sure. But people are really underestimating Henry Cejudo. This one was a hard one for me because Aljamain too. He's no slouch, man. He's pretty dang good. But I'm gonna go Cejudo with this one. I'm gonna go Cejudo. Ever since this fight got announced, I was like, I'm riding with Cejudo, so I can't change my pick now. I'm going with Cejudo.
Yeah, dude. Here's the thing about this. Okay, so for one, I'm going for Cejudo too. It'd be one thing if Cejudo, because he's been gone for 3 years. It's been 3 years, just similar to John Jones.
Yeah.
I know right now he's training with John Jones and
DJ
Demetrius Johnson. I mean, there's no one else better to train with, but I mean, it's not like this dude has not been training. For the last 3 years, all he's been doing is training. He's constantly in the gym, coaching, training. So if he was kind of like McGregor, just drinking and stuff, I'd be like, okay, you know, Aljo's pretty hot right now. But this dude, it seemed like he never stopped, you know? Stylistically, I think it is a terrible matchup for Sterling because Sterling has the size advantage. He cuts a lot of weight to make this. He's tall. That dude's powerful. He has great grappling himself, but they're different styles. You know, this dude's going to want to backpack Cejudo. Cejudo's an Olympic wrestler, you know? So, and he knows Aljo's going to shoot. And that nobody is better at defensive wrestling than that guy in that division. I think also, kind of like the Bilal Burns fight, what it's going to come down to is who's a better striker. Or who catches who first. Unless Aljo's able to, you know, clip him and maybe get him in a rear naked choke, I see Cejudo pretty much winning by unanimous decision. I feel like this one's not going to be a stoppage. I think it's going to be a decision.
A decision?
Yeah, because they're both really good and both of them have a chin. But I got Cejudo, 60-40 Cejudo.
Yeah, I think a decision too. I think it's important to know Henry's IQ. That dude is
for sure, dude.
Freaking smart when it comes to strategies, techniques.
Just his positioning. It's kind of like how they were talking about Khabib. Poirier was going off about how like he's not necessarily the strongest guy, but he knows about leverage, how to trip people, how to keep them down. Cejudo's great at that, you know. So if he gets his hands on Aljo, I think he actually can show that he's the better grappler. And you got Cejudo, right? Or you got Sterling?
I just decided like right now.
Right now?
Go with Cejudo.
You're going to go with Cejudo?
I have to.
I was surprised. I thought you were going to go
Sterling.
Sterling.
I was going to go Sterling too.
I like Sterling. I'll be rooting for him. So basically I'll be going for Sterling. But I think Cejudo's going to take it.
You think Cejudo's going to take
it? He's got that greatness in him. Look how bad he struggled against TJ Dillashaw when he had one shoulder.
That's what kind of worries me too.
Yeah, that's another thing. I don't think Sterling has been tested, and I'll give it to him. It's not really his fault, you know. Like the Jan win. The reason I say it was his best win because although it was competitive, it began a little one-sided once he got the takedown, you know.
Yeah.
But he hasn't fought a guy that's an experienced grappler who knows how to stuff the way.
That's what I'm saying.
You know, for example, Cejudo, Merab, all those guys like. They don't have like all the dudes he's beat. They don't have that grappling degree. You know, look at his win against Sanhagen. You know, it was just completely one-sided.
Yep.
So when they find their equal, somebody who can neutralize their style, it's either they're like a deer in the headlights or they can adapt.
What I'm saying.
You know,
that's what I'm saying. I think Sterling is gonna be a deer in the headlight. I think he's gonna be like, oh dang, I didn't really account for this.
It all comes down to that one takedown. If he shoots and he can't take him down, I think we'll see adversity for the first time of him as a champ. We'll see what he's really about. You know.
Yeah, I was about to say we're really gonna see what Aljamain Sterling's made of here in this fight. And like Mark said, if Cejudo wins, man, he's up there. He's gonna start getting up there.
For sure, man.
I'll call him good if he wins. But in all honesty, though, like I know people have been kind of shitting on Sterling. You know, like he hasn't really won a real fight. Again, not really his fault, but the TJ situation. I think if he beats Cejudo, there's no denying anymore. He's a real champ.
For sure.
He's a real champ.
Yeah.
And I think it's crazy the situation. If he wins, they're talking about him vacating. If Cejudo wins, they're talking about him fighting Bulk, right?
Dude.
Yeah, I think that was a part of his contract.
Oh my god!
I don't know why that was part of it.
Cejudo fights Volk. Oh my god!
But he has to get past Sterling, and like I said,
you think Volk will destroy him?
Yes, I think Volk destroys Cejudo.
Oh my god, that got me hyped. I want to see that fight.
A part of that is for size too. That's really like the biggest thing.
Oh my god!
Yeah, dude.
Cejudo getting heavier for featherweight.
But it's a bigger. He's gonna be a lot slower there, but he's at 135 right now. He looks good at 135.
Yeah.
It's just can he deal with Aljo's size? Because Aljo's a big dude.
Yeah, he is. I think he'll be able to.
Yeah.
Yeah, the taller they are, the harder they fall.
Yeah, that's true. The longer legs, though, the harder that sprawl.
Yeah, that's true. But that's going to be it for the video. Hopefully you guys enjoyed that. If you're still watching, make sure you let us know in the comments below what are your predictions for this fight. We're signing off, but until next time, boys, take care.